Brad Williams, Frugal Finance. This is for the horse lovers out there. And by all means, please post if these numbers that I'm going to talk about are correct or not. And is it worth owning a horse or horses versus alternatives? How much does a horse cost? Owning a horse involves more than just the initial purchase price. The total depends on factors such as breed, training, and location, with prices ranging from a few $100s to six figures for high-end competition horses. Beyond the purchase, ongoing expenses such as boarding, feeding, veterinary care, and farrier services add up significantly. Initial cost: the first major expense is the price of the horse itself. Prices can start as low as $500 for an untrained horse and exceed $100,000 for top-tier breeds and show horses. Pedigree, training level, and experience all influence the price. Some sought-after breeds like thoroughbreds and Andalusians tend to cost more due to their performance history and demand. A pre-purchase veterinary examination, typically around $250, also advisable before buying a horse. Additional equipment: owning a horse requires essential equipment. Tack, including saddles, bridles, and halters, can range from $250 to several $1,000s depending on quality and brand. Grooming supplies such as brushes and hoof picks at another $60 to $140. These costs can increase for competitive riders, including specialized gear, which would include a trailer and a truck and the cost of getting from point A to point B. It's an expensive sport. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have a family member who's been training horses for 40 plus years, and the amount of money spent is just mind-boggling. But if you're going to play at that high level, and this person's at a pretty high level, it's just scary how much money is being redirected without any true return on investment. Boarding and maintenance: boarding a horse varies depending on the level of care provided. Basic pasture boarding starts at around $400 per month, while full-service facilities with stall accommodations and training can cost $1,000 to $2,000 or more. If keeping a horse at home, expenses for shelter, fencing, and maintenance must also be considered. Feeding a horse is another significant cost, with expenses ranging from $200 to $500 per month depending on diet and supplements. Regular veterinary care, including vaccinations and dental work, averages $300 to $600 annually, while farrier services for hoof care can range from $60 to $300 every few weeks. Unexpected costs and insurance: horses are prone to injuries and illness, which can lead to emergency veterinary expenses. A single colic surgery, for example, can cost up to $10,000. Having an emergency fund of at least $2,000 is recommended to cover unforeseen costs. Insurance can also help with coverage options, including medical, mortality, and liability policies, typically starting at $200 per year. Training and lessons: training costs depend on the horse's needs and the owner's riding goals. Professional training can cost from $50 per hour or $500 per month. Riding lessons, particularly for competition levels, can reach $100 per session. Cost summary: the total cost of owning a horse includes initial and ongoing expenses. Estimates vary, but a rough breakdown includes initial cost: horse purchase from $500 to $100,000, pre-purchase exam $250, tack and equipment $250 to $5,000, grooming supplies $60 to $140, annual expenses: boarding $1,200 to $24,000, feed $2,400 to $6,000, vet care $350 to $600, vaccinations and dental $300 to $400, courier services $39 to $3,000. Unexpected costs: emergency surgery up to $10,000, insurance $200 per year, emergency fund $2,000, and on and on and on and on. Horse ownership is a rewarding but expensive commitment. Planning for both expected and unexpected expenses ensures a responsible and enjoyable experience for both horses and owner. Owning a horse: it's expensive, or horses. So, if you're an expert in this area, comment about the costs and the reward. In other words, is there that much satisfaction keeping and training a horse and then selling it or showing it? Brad Williams, Frugal Finance. Thanks for watching. Hope that helps. See you soon.